What's going on, VV gang? Welcome back to the channel, All Things Strange. It's your man, Dr. Strange. And it looks like we are back in action. So you know I'm asking, are we stacking or slacking on? Looks like we are getting Fantastic Four Life Story #1. So you know how we do, man. We got to check out the drop details. Of course, we got to run through, really zoom in on these covers, get some background info, all of that stuff, man. So yeah, I'm just trying to figure out, am I stacking or slacking on Fantastic Four Life Story #1, man. So we are here on Veve's blog site, blog.vv.me, and we're gonna check it out, man. I'm ready to get it popping. Let's just jump right into the drop details. Of course, we got some other things to get into because, as you know, this episode is supported by Veve, and we do have a Veve supported giveaway to also do. But we'll get there. We'll get there. But right now, let's check out Fantastic Four Life Story #1, and it says in Fantastic Four's 60th anniversary comes this series setting the lives of the fabulous foursome in real time across the years. All right, so Fantastic Four Life Story #1 is going to drop Tuesday, August 26th at 8 a.m. Pacific time, only on Veve, and that's 11 a.m. Eastern Standard. All right, so let's see if we can get a little bit of more background info here. It says this drop features cover art variants by Daniel Acuna. He did the common and the uncommon. Marcos Martin did the rare. Paulo Rivera, the ultra rare, and Brett Booth on the secret rare. So we got a couple of different artists here, man. And on this blog article, these artist names are clickable, it seems. So that's kind of awesome. Let's see what it goes to, man. I'm gonna click Daniel Acuna and just see what it does. Okay. All right. So it took you guys here with me. I was just making sure you can still see. So it basically took me to his Instagram page. This is awesome, man. I really like that. Shout out to Veve for making that happen. That's a dope little feature there. So that's Marcos. Let me try Paulo Rivera. Okay, this again is trying to open up Instagram. Yeah, so we got Paulo here, 109 followers, a little bit of his artwork and his stuff right here on his IG, man. So that's fire, man. So anytime you guys want to connect, back to these artists working on our Veve exclusive covers or whatever the case is, now you know that you could kind of use these blog articles as a connection to get there, man. So that's kind of dope. Now let me see if we can get some more story stuff here. We got the covers, of course. All right, so background info on the book, right? In the tradition of Spider-Man life story and in celebration of the Fantastic Four's 60th anniversary, comes to set the lives of the fabulous foursome real time across the years amid the backdrop of the Cold War and the space race. A terrible accident gives the Fantastic Four great powers, a terrible secret, and entangles them in the history of their planet, man. So yeah. This pretty much takes us through a quick little span of their lives, and it's like set in real time. I really haven't gotten a deep dive into the book, but basically what we're getting is the 60s. So I think they tackle it by decades or something like that. I think it's 60s, 70s, so on and so forth. And you basically, are going to see them age per book that you get. So we're getting #1, so we're going to see them more on, the younger side. We'll see them before they went to space and became the Fantastic Four a little bit, little backdrop like that, man. I'm actually wondering right now if we should go over to, let's go over to the Veve website, man, vv.me. We are in the collectibles/comics area, and we're here on the drop page, man. You can see from when I'm recording this, the drop time will be in 1 day, 11 hours. All right, and we have a list price of $6.99. Let's get into the breakdown here. So that's going to break down to 1,200 commons. It's going to be 780 uncommons, 600 rares, 300 ultra rares, and 120 secret rares. And so there you have that. I wouldn't mind reviewing the covers here, but I think I'm going to review the covers on the regular blog site. So we can scroll down a little bit here. We can see that we're getting 3,000 total editions. That's what the breakdown was. And we got some more info here. We got 261 withheld editions. Um, but really, it's more than that. Because, like here, when we're usually in our blog article, right? You can see right here the total is 342 usually, right? For a drop of 3,000, right? But when we go back over here, the way it breaks down is withheld is 281, and then sold editions is 81. So that's how we get the 342 pretty much. I don't know why it's segregated this way on here, but it is. But at the end of the day, the remaining editions is 2,658, and the first available edition for public sale is number 262. Man. So there we have that. Of course, we're gonna have a burn involved with this because this is in stores for only 30 days, and this is gonna be burnt on September 26 at 2:59 a.m. for me. So that's kind of awesome, man. I really like this website. The additions they've been doing here, I really like it, man. So let me hop back on over to the blog page, right? Because got to check out these covers, man. We got to do it. We got to see what's going on, you know. Not really, too much in the loop with the more modern books. I think this dropped 2021. So of course we're gonna want to look out for that mint number, especially since we're getting 3,000 total editions. So let's see what's going on with these covers, man. Let's see what's going on here. Right. So this is our classic common right here, and I really like this, man, because not only do we got a little penmanship down here with some blue ink 2021, right? We got a little penmanship going on. But one thing I also like is how inside of this, I guess, ball of light or prism, like it's a ball of light coming from this spaceship right here. I don't know if this is one of their vehicles. I'm not too sure. But if you look close, you can kind of see that, in outside the bubble, it shows them as a Fantastic Four, but inside the bubble, it shows them, as their normal selves. And yeah, I think that's kind of like a sick concept, man. So I'm digging this common. I'm not really in love with the color play though. Like the color palette could have been a little more explosive and dynamic. I'm digging the concept of it. That's the main thing for me. Like Sue has on that old school clothing. You can tell all them got like the dressed up pants. Johnny over here, like he has the pants on the bottom, but up top he has the suit. And his face remains the same. It's just dope, man. I really like this. So there is our common, man. Let's see what's going on with the uncommon. And shout out to Veve for giving us this little header right here. I like this cover art by Daniel Acuna, man. I like that. Give people their props. Let us know what's going on. So that's the signature you guys are seeing right there. All right, so let's hop on down and see what the uncommon is hitting for. And I actually like this better than the common because the blue for the whole Fantastic Four really like stands out more. I feel like on the common, it's you got the purples and the different colors up top, so it kind of all kind of meshes together color wise, and it's here you could really see that distinction going on I was talking about between them in their normal form and in the Fantastic Four suits. So personally, I like this, man. And of course, this is done by Daniel Acuna. And now we're going to start getting into some of our variants here. I don't know if these are Veve exclusive variants or not, so I'm probably going to hop on over to Key Collector and see what we find over there. But now let's take a look, man. I really love this like 60s retro look right here, man. The color palette used is wow. The art. New school drawing, but trying to capture the essence of 60s style. And I think they pulled this off really well. This is fire, man. This is fire. And I think the ultra rare is a totally different cover. I'm not sure, but If this is just a standalone rare, really like that. I really like the idea of getting that. And just to recap, this is a cover done by Marcos Martin. All right, now let's check out our ultra rare. And yeah, see, this is what I like, man. Totally different cover. That's what I was hoping for. Can't wait to check this out on Key Collector and see what these variants are going for in real life. You know, I want to see. So this is definitely fire right here. I like this like hyper realistic art mixed in with like real cartoony art. You know what I'm saying? This is sick, man. Oh man, that's crazy. They're like all working together here. She's using her powers. Yeah, this is fire. Fire, fire, fire. I like this. That's what I like, is a cover that has like a story going on the cover, not just some characters flashing at me, but like you could literally look at this and unpack like what's going on here, like who's playing what part in the process and everything. I really like that, man. But now, without further ado, it's time to check out the coveted secret rare. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, this is crazy right here. Whoa. Oh yeah, this is what I'm talking about right here. Good Galactus action, man. I'm always with that. This is crazy looking. Yeah. I need this, man. And this is the variant done by Brett Booth. This is a ton of fire right here, man. Let me know down below what you guys think. Let me know which one of these 5 cover variants is your favorite, man. And when you do that, it's going to automatically enter you into the next Veve supported giveaway going on this episode of Stackin and Slackin for Fantastic Four Life Story number 1. And since we're talking about that, I mean, we might as well just, you know, hop, skip, and jump on over to the last episode so I can grab the URL and let's figure out who the winner is for the last episode of Stackin and Slackin, which was Fantastic Four number 209. All right, so I got my URL here. I'm going to go to the YouTube comment picker, right? And also, by the way, if you guys are new to Veve, you should be able to get your account started with the free 10 gems by scanning the QR code that I'm going to drop right over there. You might also have seen it in the beginning of the video. You'll also see it at the end of the video, and you could also go down in the description and there's a link there as well, man. That's only for new users, of course, man. You can get started with 10 gems immediately, man. So there you have that. Now let's get back to this, right? I'm gonna paste that, and we're gonna fetch a winner. Let's see how many comments we had. You know, I don't think it was too many. All right, it was like 15, man. Not bad. Wasn't sure what was going on, man. You guys weren't really too into Fantastic Four 209. I don't know, but you know, I let some of you guys know I was going to be picking a winner, so some of you guys got to jump in there at the last minute, man. Appreciate you guys checking out the video. And let's get it, man. Who's the winner going to be? Oh, it's the fam. I haven't seen this guy in a while on the channel. It's my man, Ryan. And he says going for 1 secret rare, so that's his favorite, man. There you go, man. Appreciate you. Man, shout out to Veve Official for the giveaway as well, man. That's awesome. That's awesome. So, Ryan, let me know how you did on that drop, man. Let me know, man. And for you guys who did not win this week, or for that episode, I should say, you got another chance. But don't waste any time, man. Don't waste any time. Let me know down below which one of these 5 cover variants is your favorite, because we have another comic coming, and it's another Fantastic Four comic. And it's going to be here. So I'm going to be right back here with you guys before you know it. And I'm going to be picking another winner for a Veve supported giveaway, man. Shout out to Veve Official again, man. But here we are, Key Collector Comics. Checking out Fantastic Four Life Story number 1. You can see right here that this is considered a key, man. It is considered a key. All right, we got 3 variants here to check out. This book had a low of $1, a mid of $2, and a high of $5. So obviously, you know, this book is not breaking any banks like that. And I'm not gonna say I'd be surprised if anyone graded this book, because it's a number 1. People grade all types of stuff, but I wouldn't expect the price values to be too crazy at all. But let's check out the key facts real quick. This is a 6-issue limited series that explores the lives of the Fantastic Four as they age in real time throughout the decades beginning in the 1960s, while Reed obsessively prepares for the arrival of Galactus. April 2024, one of the 5 issues Marvel Studios released in a list of comic books to read prior to the premiere of the Fantastic Four film. So that explains a little bit why we're getting this book on the Veve app. You guys know Veve works pretty close with Marvel, and they coordinate all of these drops well ahead of time. And yeah, I think that whether these books, are sought after real life right now or expensive or not right now, you still have history, kind of like time on your side for people to process all of these things happening right now, real time, from these movies and where all of this stuff is going. And in kind of like a hindsight 2020 vision thing, people might look back and say, well, like, what comics would we say, give me the top 5 comics that are associated with this Fantastic Four reboot? And so this would be one of those books, you know what I mean, definitely associated with it. So definitely has a little bit of value from that perspective. Little synopsis. It says the 60s in the traditional Spider-Man life story, celebration of the Fantastic Four setting series of lives. All right, so that's the synopsis we got through all of our other mediums. You know what I'm saying? So only thing left for me to do over here is check out our 3 variants and see what is going on. So we got one variant here. This is a 1 in 25 variant, and this is our I think this is our ultra rare, right? This is our UR right here. Okay, and it's at a high of only $5, 1 in 25 variant, right? And then the other variant here. Okay, looks like we got them all, guys. All right. This is the other variant. This one only has a high of 5 as well. So they're all pretty much the same as far as values and things like that. So here's our rare. And again, only a high of 5. So pretty interesting, man. Pretty interesting. I'm wondering what eBay is looking like right now. So I'm gonna hop on over there. I basically clicked on what would be our secret rare just to see like what it would lead me to. So it says here Fantastic Four Life Story variant booth, or booth variant. You can see here it says that. So in a 9.8, that's going for 110. I think that's a pretty dope cover. Bring you guys over here with me, see what I'm seeing. Yeah, I think it's dope, man. Slabbed up. This is fire. I like the colors and all of that. Like, yeah, artwork is banging, man. Artwork is banging. All right, so yeah, we got a little bit of an idea on what we are working with when it Fantastic Four life story. So the question is, am I stacking or slacking on Fantastic Four life story number 1? Well, I will say list price being $6.99 is always a good start in my book for a book of this caliber. I mean, ever since this has started, we're definitely quite a bit of months into this now, but this in store for 30 days factor is the only thing that kind of puts me in a situation where, on a comic that I may not feel like I'm gung-ho about, or not even that, just, it has real life price value. Like, something that jumps out is obviously like, all right, we're stacking this, we're going to try and get what we can, build up a little, stash and stuff. Other books, it's hard to gauge like how important they are, right? Especially when they're modern and all this stuff. So the only thing is, with some of the books that would be like this in the past, if they did 3,000 mints, they had no burn factor going on. So they do 3,000 mints, only 500 of us buy some, and that's just it, and whatever's on the market's on the market. But it's hard for the common and certain editions, certain rarities to push past the list price, because someone could just go in the market and pull a lever for $6.99 still. So it's hard for the common to justify being over that. And I mean, most of the commons aren't anywhere near the retail anyway, which is a whole nother layer and factor into like my mental into trying to figure out what I'm going to do. But overall, man, I've just been in a mode of like, even if it's a book that I may not necessarily stack on, I'm finding myself still grabbing at least 2 copies, just because when the burn happens, the prices could totally reverse to where, after the drop, they were sitting there in the store for 2 or 3 gems. And then I've just seen people just come in and just sweep that. And then literally you can't buy any in the market anymore. And you just realize, like, wow, like, okay, I can't get this book like right now, or a rare all of a sudden be going for like 100 gems or something crazy. So you're like, whoa. I have a Magneto that was dropped on the Green and White app. I think it was only 1,000 copies. It was a Magneto #1. And after it dropped, it sat in the market. It was mixed in there with a bunch of other books, that dropped that week, and nobody thought about it. And I guess I don't know what happened, but there's none left in the market. You know what I mean? And it's a pretty scarce book. You know what I'm saying? So these things could get interesting, man. We just don't know what the repercussions are. So I'm more in the mode of like, I'd rather have than have not, if possible. So for that reason, I'm overall going to be slacking on Fantastic Four Life Story #1. But as you guys can guess, I will be in the market grabbing up a couple. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna grab a couple. I might go for the actual drop as well, just because I do like these covers, man. I like all of them, to be real with you. I like all these covers. And now we're in a situation again where I could pull a lever for $6.99 and hit a common, and then 10 minutes later look in the market and the common could be going for 2 or 3 gems. That could happen. That could happen. But again, some of these books, we're getting so many books and stuff will fall off my radar here and there. And before you know it, it'll get burnt, and then I may not have gotten any copies, and then the price might be a little crazy. So it's just one of those things where, like I said, I'm pretty much just trying to, make sure I have something in the stash from a lot of these books that are in stores for 30 days only, man. Might as well do it. But that's what I'm going to be doing, man. Let me know down below what you going to do. You know what I'm saying? And of course, let me know which one of these 5 cover rarities is your favorite, so I can enter you into the next Veve supported giveaway, man. But for now, your man Dr. Strange, All Things Strange, is out.
This is fresh.